I have said this very clearly in the past during my long-standing career, 40 years in uniform, 40 days in politics. I have said that I don't have the slightest intention even to become a politician in the past. I said if I start to politics, I might end up as the biggest political failure. But I think the progress I made in 40 days is satisfactory. At least I have come shoulder to shoulder with my opponent who has 40 years of political experience. I said at that time that I will not take to politics because I had only very, with due respect to the senior politicians here, at that time I did not think that politics was on the right path in this country. Therefore, I sincerely did not have the slightest intention. I said I will not become a politician. And I thought I will never be able to adjust myself to the present political system. But things changed in the country drastically due to the series of events taking place in the country. There was big demand for change in politics. As it is, I think all of you will agree with me, there is overall demand in the country for a long-awaited change to change the political system and the approach. And I thought if there is a change expected, if we are going to change the political culture of this country, there is option and there is doors open for me to enter into such politics. And I also realize that unless we make some sacrifices, take some difficult decisions, and try to face the challenges, we will not be able to make this change. So on the genuine intentions I received from the politicians who are here, most of them are very honorable politicians, no allegations about corruption. These political leaders who are on the stage here and those political leaders who are seated in front of me, I thought there is a good team. I can believe them, I can trust them. So when I got the invitation, I accepted that to lead this particular political campaign. So that's why I am here. And the reasons behind why we wanted a change, why we thought we must go for a change, is the unlimited corruption taking place in the country. When we finished the war, for which the credit has to go to those who sacrificed, including the martyrs who were always behind the war heroes, everybody aspired for lasting peace in the country. I am not trying to talk why we had the war, or I am not trying to put the blame on any particular group for the situation under which we went through. But now since the peace has come, I think the credit has to go for those who sacrificed and who gave them the moral support and the masses who were behind them. Not for an individual or a couple of brothers who think that credit must go to them. Those who genuinely sacrificed by way of sacrifice, making supreme sacrifice. There are those who rendered disabled, 70,000-80,000 people who became injured, about same number, 70, 80 or 100,000 civilians who sacrificed their lives in the north, east and in the south. The devastation taken place. All these people went through this for a long period, 30 years. Finally, because we were determined, we had the courage to face. We all wanted to see an end to the disheartening situation which prevailed in the country. Finally, we have overcome the situation. And the credit has to go to them. Just because somebody was sitting in Colombo and shouting, go to the war, win the war, I am commanding you. I don't think those are the reasons for anyone to see this present, the peaceful situation what we are enjoying today. And everybody will agree with me, the credit has to go to the war heroes and the masses who sacrificed and suffered under the difficult situation. But finally the peace came, and we all expected to proceed from there forward, not to proceed from there backward. What he wanted was to consolidate the peace and move towards the economic prosperity, progress. But what he could see, I was still in uniform. I could see what was happening in the higher circle with the people who matters. I could see their intentions. I could see whether they were thinking on the right line. I could see whether the plans are on the cards for a different Sri Lanka, for a better future. But I could see they were not even addressing the basic issues, like the welfare of those who sacrificed, then welfare of the people who were affected due to the war, welfare of those who were displaced. None of these things were given priority in their agendas, in the agenda of the government. But they started celebrating the peace. They thought the only enemy against the government is gone. Now they have a free run. They accelerated the corruption in the country, rather than accelerating the economic development. So I was watching this. I knew we were not on the right path. The country is not going to gain anything out of this system. And I myself decided to say goodbye to the disciplined army, because too much discipline also, I think they exploited. Because we were disciplined, we were keeping quiet, we were carrying out orders. They took it for granted, then they started having a free run. So I thought, okay, still we can be disciplined in a different way, democratic way, so that to strengthen the democracy, we had to come out the way we we ended up victorious in the previous challenge. The operation handed over to us, the mission given to us. I thought there is another mission ahead of us to take the country towards the prosperity. So now we have accepted all together this mission, and we will take this country towards prosperity.